Hi, it's Ronnie, and welcome to Christy's Beautiful Life, round six of 30 Days of Sketches. And if you'd like to check the layouts that are on Instagram, it's hashtag 30DSCBL6. And this is a sketch we're using today, and it shows four photos, but I don't have four, I only have two. And I actually had three of these, but I couldn't cut them down far enough to get all three to fit. So and still have what I wanted on the picture, so I only used two instead. And those are my leftovers from another layout, and I do have the other sheet in case I needed to cut more, but I could see there was some flowers in there. And I don't even need to cut more because I didn't even use all that was there. But I am going to map my photos in white, and it shows them going across the center of like a pattern of four different pattern papers. I'm only going to use one, and I'm going to cut it in fours. However, you can't tell it. I do not even know what I was thinking. I could have just used some scraps. I actually cut them in four. I had three at, I believe it was 2.75 each. And so I went ahead and cut another one. Well, then when I went to use them, and you will see, I'm going to have to come down some more. This is what the Martha Stewart punch around the page. And it has certain increments that you have to do it at for it to work right. And I am going to mess up once on here, but I'll be covering it up so it's okay. Don't panic if you use yours and mess up. You can cover stuff up. I've done it plenty of times. But it it's really pretty like that. It kind of reminds me of an old time. Well, when I was a kid, the older ladies had handkerchiefs, hankies as they called them, and they were crocheted around the edge. Now the men would have these big white ones that had their monogram on them, but the ladies had the crocheting around the edge. And I don't really remember them having a monogram on them, though. They'd have maybe a flower or a rose or something. But see, I got four squares. You cannot tell it. Since I used all the same paper, I might as well have just cut me some little chunks to put there. But I did not think about that till I was pretty close to getting done. I rounded my corners on this just to give it a little bit of different look. And I was trying to decide how to line my pictures up. And I finally decided to line them up with what's beneath them. And that worked. At least it worked for me. And those flowers are really big. So you don't need much when you go to use them. And I am going to use them in the two corners, only their two corners is different from mine. It's like the opposite. But the way my pictures were and everything, it seemed to work for me, for them to way they're in the pictures, the way Charlie and Reagan are in my pictures, it seemed to work better for me to go the opposite angle. And then I'm going to put a little tiny cluster down there, like they've got something in that one corner. But I'm going to have my title kind of separate. Where they have nothing, if everything was flipped, mine's going to have the title. And it's just adorable. And I had gotten these girls these outfits, and it was a yard sale, but they were like new. Oh my goodness. And I thought, well, I hope they fit, and they did really good. Well, Reagan, I put that one top on her, and it has no back. It ties around the back of the neck. And this child is the kind of child that if her sock had a wrinkle in it, she would whine and carry on until you figured out what was wrong and get the wrinkle out. I mean, her clothes had to always feel good on her and be just right. I was worried she wouldn't wear it, but it wasn't a very expensive top. And I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and get it anyway. If nothing else, I can save it for Charlie because she'll wear anything and never and ever complain. And she loved it. And she kept looking over her shoulder at it and trying to see. And then she says, can you take my picture? And I said, what? And we were out in the yard. And I said, I guess I could. I'll go get my picture. She says, well, when I came out, she says, from the back, from the back. And I said, from the back. And I said, oh, yeah, I guess that's a good idea. And boy, she ran over there real quick to see what the picture looked like. She wanted to know how she looked from the back. Instead of going to a mirror, well, as short as she is, I don't guess she knew where a mirror was anyway. But they'd looked at my camera often enough to see what was on the screen. And yeah, she wanted to see what she looked like in the back. And I thought about naming it for that. But remember, I said I had 3 pictures. I'm going to use the other picture for that story. And I almost cut her out of that picture somehow. I don't know if it got cropped some way when I got it developed or what, but I almost cut her out of that picture. But I am going to still use it. I am putting the butterflies, and I fussy cut them, well, everything one night, and I'm getting low. I'm going to have to fussy cut some more. You've seen how many more were on that paper, and there's another sheet. So yeah, I'm going to have to cut me some more. And I'm putting foam tape on one of the butterfly's wings, and the other one I am adhering down. And I think I'm about done. I don't think I add anything after the butterflies except my sprinkles. This was a quick layout. Other than the punching, which did take me a minute, they did stitching on their layout. They stitched all the way around. And when I first planned this, I thought about stitching. And then I thought, not very much is going to show. I have covered everything up practically. I'll save stitching for another day. But the lace looking edges are showing. And I fell in love with that punch when I seen it. And it's way back when, when they had it, when they first got it. And I messed so much paper up at first. I did not know about YouTube. Yeah. When I got on YouTube and found out about YouTube, that is one of the things I looked up. I guess I threw the instructions away because I didn't know it had to be a certain size. But since I found out that it does, like this is 8 inch, and you start with 12 inches and like subtract 1.75 and going down if you don't want the whole 12 inches. So that was an easy way to remember, because them saying this size, this size, this size, add this, add that, because it starts out like 375, 3.75 inches. Yeah. Anyway, it makes a lot more sense, 12 and then minus 175. But yeah, that's it. That's my layout for day 16, I believe this is. But be sure to check out the Facebook group and put your layout in there. Let's see what all you all made. I haven't even looked in a day or two. I have not had time. But yeah, that's my layout. And if you leave a comment below, I'll get back with you. If you like the video and hit the thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe. And those of you who already are, thank you so much. And thank you for the wonderful comments you leave. Have a happy, scrappy week and a wonderful weekend. Bye.